and why. Oh, hello everyone! Welcome to this season's epilogue. As you might have noticed, this season is ending.
It is?
It's a good season. Yeah, this is the final episode of this season. Now, there is a new season starting on Paul's channel. He has not come up with a name for it yet, but I assume it's going to be something along the lines of Survival Amplified or whatever. But he's going to try to entwine it with this series that has just ended, so wish him luck on that front. Yeah?
Does that mean Minecraft Amplified Season 3 confirmed?
I said that it's going to be something along the lines of that. It's not specifically going to be that, probably, maybe. Probably.
Oh wait, Mr. M10, before you end the video, you have to tell me because I have to do one last thing to get out of my system.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so you can continue, just tell me when you're ending the video.
Okay, so this was a pretty good season. I mean, it didn't have the ending that I exactly wanted, but it's about the best thing that could have happened under the circumstances. So I apologize for any cringe that was had during this, but I think it turned out alright.
Indeed it did.
If you guys are foggy on anything, I'll just explain it. Harold Kindleflame just died, killing the nether portal leading to this world. Now, that means that the nether can no longer get to the overworld unless someone builds another portal, or whatever. It was basically a curse in Season 1, and it was almost a curse in Season 2, but Harold just sacrificed himself to kill the portal. Samuel is dead as well. I heard Red talking about him an episode ago. He's definitely dead. He drowns.
Alive character survivors of Season 2 include...
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my characters. Hunter, hint hint nudge nudge, and this guy.
Oh yeah, Hunter
hint,
over
hint,
at the
nudge
village.
nudge.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call him. I'm just gonna call him Plague Bearer, #1.
Plague Bearer.
Creative names.
Creative names! Now you know how hard it is for me to come up with these names. That's why I call people Bobbert McBobbertson.
I mean, I don't know. I'll just call him Dallas, because that's the skin. Dallas, the Plague Bearer. Yay.
Nice.
Creative names.
Yay. Another thing I wanted to do in this video, sorry Red, I didn't, I was about to end it, but then I decided, you know what, I've got a better idea. There's a lot of dungeons that we never really saw, and I kind of want to show you guys just the work that was put into them because they were never really shown off before Harold died. As previously said, this series will be continuing on Paul's channel, sorry. The link will be in the description, as always. So if you guys want to check that out. He actually is getting into editing his videos, so they should be more high quality than mine these days, yeah. Hopefully you guys will enjoy his editing choices.
Alright, where are you? Alright, let's go first to my unfinished dungeon. My unfinished dungeon is the best dungeon.
Sure. I think I see where it is. Nope, that's some squid.
It's a rip off of a Mario pipe. It's right here.
This Minecraft is having a trouble loading right now, sorry. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Alright, I built this.
So yeah, guys, that's all. If you're foggy on anything, just leave a comment. I will try to answer as many as possible. Though for the amount of fans I have, there probably won't be many.
Sorry, I had to. I felt like you were ending the video.
I'm not ending the video. The rest of this video is going to be me showing off the dungeons that weren't seen. So this is like the epilogue / where credit is due thing. We will say who the dungeons were built by. Some were built by Mason and stuff. Yeah.
Alright, remember this room?
Oh my god, brutal death and death. Game mode 3. There we go. Yes, I do remember this room. Quite fondly.
Wait for it.
TNT under the floor. Oh, I think I do remember placing that, actually. That was awesome.
There you go. For some reason it didn't work.
Boom!
So, I actually had a key there, but as I suspected, I thought putting this would save it from any disaster it would come to.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, and I only got one room in my unfinished dungeon.
That was the death room, and the brutal death room, no one knows. Yeah, no one knows what brutal death might have been. Though it looks like a staircase down to lava, so that's pretty much good enough. To be fair.
What I was gonna do was do like a whole pool of water, and then have guardians spawn there.
That's
and then
pretty
they have
cool.
to swim to the end of it.
That is pretty cool. So a dungeon a few guys might be... Sorry? Go ahead. Are you saying something?
Nope, I have to go. So
Ah.
this is the last time I ever say this in the Survival Amplified.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Well,
ciao.
good playing with you. Chill. Okay, guys. Rest of this video, yeah, just gonna be showing off the dungeons in Game Mode 3. One that a few of you might be wondering more about is actually the underwater dungeon. This was based on a game, actually. I created it myself. A game where you were like a person underwater and you had to turn on a bunch of machines to get a factory that was completely submerged in the ocean working again. But there are a bunch of chests, and actually let's see what's in these chests. I've forgotten. Got iron helmets, aqua affinity. More iron helmets. Let me guess. Iron helmets and, yeah, iron helmets. Then down here you've got like little paths of lights to guide you through the murky ocean. And, what's in this chest? Oh, you can see in Game Mode 3. Just some iron armor, tools, stuff. This was actually one of the earliest dungeons I made, which is pretty cool to think about. Don't know what these levers do. Though they probably just turn on lights, and we've got a chest here. Nothing in it. Yeah, this dungeon was never really completed. And for good reason. It was one of the hardest dungeons because of how much of a tight area it is. There's a lot of monsters. I expected the crew to be spending most of their time in the water with those aqua affinity helmets, but they never really found them. So then the entire thing exploded due to silverfish and creepers. That's the story on that dungeon. Yeah, it would have been pretty cool too. Then of course we got the observatory, which you guys saw. Next up, we've got the giant floating cargo/pirate ship, which was one of my favorite builds actually. This was really fun to build. I do like flying ships. We got crew quarters. It can apparently handle a crew complement of 6, assuming people don't use the same bed, which is, you know, we won't talk about them. We've got the cafeteria, which I also enjoyed building. I don't know what's in this chest, actually. Probably, oh, nothing. Wow, I'm cheap. I am so cheap to these poor adventurers. Or to myself in the later videos. This would have been like where a few villagers were held and the people could have like saved them from all the zombie pirates or something. And then the actual only cargo hold filled with nothing on the entire ship. Then we've got the captain's quarters over here, which is actually where the guys could have gone to get one of the maps for the whole series. That little green dot is not actually me, that's a map, and that's the map. But as you can see, it would have led them to the dungeon in the Frost quadrant. It's actually south, which is a little weird, because, you know, snow shouldn't really be south, but I suppose maybe it's Antarctica. Oh god, I really hope I got that right. Anyway. Then they also would have seen the town from here, and there's also a pyramid. It's really hard to see, but there is a pyramid, like, right over there. I don't think this map has updated it to it, actually, but way over there, there's a pyramid. That was never actually seen in this series yet. And, I don't think they'd be able to see anything on this quadrant, so... yeah, there's quite a few things that could have been gained from that map. We got a rose here, and in the captain's chest, a bunch of treasure and enchanted books. It's pretty cool. Now... as you know, of course, the first skyship destroyed. Then I built another skyship because I thought that the one down there wasn't enough. We needed more skyships. Please load. There you go. So I built this one. This is like a royal kind of... this was supposed to be in the Royal Arms, basically, but it was captured by the zombies on its first mission. And all of the soldiers were turned into zombies. Of course, the zombies can't really build anything, so whenever you see a zombie-ridden ship, it's always the zombies stealing people's ships. Taking them over, and they don't know how to drive them, they just hover around until they find a civilization to eat. And murder and stuff, so pretty harsh. We've got apparently 4 total quarters. I don't know why I decided on only 4 for a ship this big, but that's the kind of designer I am, basically. And then we have the food storage, where I actually did fill the chests with cooked food. Literally, if the people had come in here, they would have had fish for days. Days and days and days. But on this deck was supposed to, you know, be a really cool battle between zombies, samurais, and all the adventurers. But sadly, it was never to be. So, That's a cool little build. Then, of course, you guys remember the science station right below it. Bombed by silliness. Silly bombs, you might call them. And that is a very random nether portal. I do not actually know how that got there, but we'll just ignore it. Yeah, it couldn't mean anything at all. Anyway, this is another dungeon built by me. Me and Mason, actually, I think Mason helped me build this, but it was conquered by Paul at one point, and then I added this second section of big tower and, you know, stronghold-like stuff with a bunch of archer turrets where there was going to be a lot of skeletons to troll them. Then the chests we got, oh yeah, a bunch of arrows. What is that book? Fire Aspect 2, that's pretty good. Thorns 3, yeah, that's really good. And then in the boss chest we have Arturian's Plate Mail Legs. Fire Protection 4 and Unbreaking 3. That was pretty good. Imagine all the loot that I could have gotten from that place. Sure, there was just coal in the ovens, of course. And then the old destroyed battle tower. Good old battle tower with spiders and hell, basically. Not actual hell, but general hell. Then we've got the Sky Dungeon. That was literally... This dungeon existed from day one of the survival series, and actually a few skeletons, I think, shot arrows down to the survivors down here, which I thought was funny. Come on, load. Go on. Come on, don't be shy. Load. Load the blocks, please. But yeah, you see their ship crashed right here. The dungeon is literally just above it. If you guys are wondering about the ship, if you remember back to Season 1 about the big slime kind of redstone machines I was building, now it would kind of make sense if the ship that everyone got here in, like the time machine, was actually one of my builds. Dun dun dun. And I just died along the way because my builds are completely unsafe and unrealistic in all standards. So it crashed. And that might just, you know, it might be how they got here, but might not as well. So there you go. We've got another spider dungeon here on the deck. A few battles could have taken place. That would have been relatively cool. Go up the stairs, spiral stairs, up here, down more stairs to this final spider area, where I was still using spawners at this time, actually. These tools are not named, they just got efficiency. And then back here is one of my favorite places, because this is the mine shaft. This was like a big mass transit kind of build that I wanted to make for them. It leads to several different dungeons, this does. There's a lever that you can actually turn on to turn on all the lights for it. Some lights are broken and you'll have to repair them, but some are working just fine. Actually, they all appear to be working fine. Oh, that's bad on me, but oh well. Could have repaired all these rails and had a direct access to the old village or the dungeon over there. Either way, they did not do that. So they did not even make it this far up the mountain before they quit. So there you go. This is why you don't quit. Could have had a beautiful mine track system or whatever. Down here leads to another dungeon. This is actually kind of like an old, really old dwarves versus zombies style fortress where some survivors of the initial zombie plague just struck out, tried to build the best fort they could to fend off from the zombies. We got a nice closed gate over here. Got some water running through it. Trees. Nifty little bridge. I think that brings out everything about the design here. Go to waterfall. Another secondary wall for falling back to. Apparently there's no way onto it, but you can just imagine, like, I don't know, people flew up to it maybe. A pole that leads up to something we'll look at a little later. And the ladders that lead to the mine track system. So, yeah, again, a lot of cool stuff that they sadly never saw. Then, on top of the mountain, we have Fort Saint, cool name that I never thought of. Dun dun dun. It's a really cool fort that I think Melissa spotted in episode 2. I think it's just like a little military outpost, a very modern style. It's not like the stuff you see under it. It's very modern. Because you've got the nice fire tower. don't know why they wouldn't have it down there, but well leading down there I thought was cool, especially if Paul was to fall down. Hello?
For a new year, will you try a new thing?
I'm recording a video right now. So again, never to be seen by the friends in the friends group. We've got some quarters here again. Only 4, amazingly. It seems like a lot of the stuff I build is manned by only 4 people, usually. It's very funny, that. So those are all the dungeons I spot. Oh, nope, sorry, missed one. Almost forgot about the big... I think this is like a Kindleflame Outpost, I think. It was built by the Kindleflame workforce. Yeah, I think so. Kind of looks like something they'd build, doesn't it? Very orderly and... Well, it's still holding up amazingly strong. There's still torches all over it. Here we've got stuff in the chests. Probably a bow. Yeah, but oh! Archer Commander's bow. Archer's bow, boots, and Archer's cap. None of it named. This was, again, one of the first dungeons I built. So we got a bunch of just general Archer gear. Apparently a dog. Whose dog is this? How did this dog even get here? This is just a dog, just here. That is really weird. But finally, they would have one big boss fight here where I might drop out of creative mode with like a big hammer in my hands or whatever, just start swinging. But at the end of that, we would have King or Wraith's helm. That's who I was thinking of, King or Wraith. A Wraith Kindleflame. This was a Kindleflame creation, and that's how I know, because a Wraith Kindleflame was actually the father of both Samuel and Harold Kindleflame, and, well, quite obviously he was dead. He's dead. He died here, holding out this fortress, sadly. So that's what I was thinking of a while back. Okay, a Wraith. I gotta remember that name. He's dead, but I want to remember it anyway, for old time's sake. So that was his last stand. I completely forgot about that. Oh yes, the mine tracks lead down the stairs and into this little... This is not a dungeon. This is just a structure that I built for coolness, I guess, so the people could get a good look at this dungeon down here. The big one that took me a few hours to build because there was a lot of sand in the way. I had to clear out a lot of sand. It's supposed to be pretty fun. It would only activate if they fell down there, and, you know, then it would be like a death trap, and all the zombies would come out and attack them and stuff. That would have been fun. Then, of course, we have the good old village destroyed, and it looks quite dreary and such. Good old village, though. Then, just directly north of the village, I think this is west, actually. Yeah, sorry, west of the village, we have this set of stairs, and you might be asking, what could the stairs lead to? Well, I'll tell you. They lead to a sphinx. A pahinx? No, it's definitely a pahinx. Yeah, it's definitely a pahinx. Sorry. And more stairs lead to more stairs, which lead to more stairs. Up the stairs, there are more stairs. And then on those stairs, well, there's no more stairs. I couldn't possibly put any more stairs in. But there would be like cool little tombs here where I'd spawn zombies. And they'd come out and attack the adventurers. And then when they finally made it through the Tomb of Death, they'd go down the stairs of doom. Well, just stairs, actually. Nothing can really go wrong with stairs. Then they go down more and more stairs, but as they are, they see the bigger pahinx. And this is the biggest pahinx I ever bothered to make. It's got the lighty eyes. I've got actually torches behind stairs right there. So that's what makes the lighting effect, which I thought was cool. Then we've got this cool little insignia. And you might be asking, Alan, what does this insignia mean? And I'll tell you, I have no idea. Be completely honest with you. It might be like the symbol of an ancient civilization that built the pahinxes. And obviously named them pahinxes, knowing that no one would ever make fun of that name. Ever. But they built them. And this is actually a dungeon in here. It's not a very well-made dungeon, because there's not a lot of room in here, but it would have been a dungeon nonetheless. Sadly, as it was never completed, nothing in the chest. But, for old time's sake, we'll just put a diamond... Okay, never mind. In game mode 3, cannot edit inventory. There you go. behind the Pahinks, there is the great, the Pahirimiad. No, that's terrible. It's the, we'll just go with pyramid for now. Very big pyramid, very big dungeon. Sadly, literally nothing inside of it. It is an empty room. I meant to fill it with, like, maybe a maze, an ancient, cool, decrepit maze of death, where there could be, like, a goat, and it would be textured to look like an evil minotaur or something. Again, never to be, but would have been cool anyway. I put a lot of work into this dungeon. I actually made it, because I know these guys would be traversing this river, I made it go deeper into the ground, so they thought, like, oh, maybe the dungeon goes down for miles. But no, it actually just stops after the sand. Sorry, guys. I think that's all to show off in the desert, as of now, so we'll have to fly all the way back to, I think it's the snow biome. Yeah, the snow biome should be our next stop. My god, we've been going for 20 minutes already. Wow. Time flies when you're showing off dead stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we go back over to the snow biome. Past the snow biome, of course, because you've got to go past the snow biome to get to the snow biome. Apparently you're in space now. Nope, snow biome there. And we see another dungeon, just a small one. That leads to a bigger one, hopefully. If I remember how I built this correctly. Load, for God's sake! Load! Load, please! And this is the wrong landmass. Oh, excellent. Where is it? I swear, oh, it must be over here. I got it. I got it. Don't worry, guys. I got it. Over here. Now load, for God's sake, land. Load. Why are you so slow today? Maybe I'll just close a few programs. Let's say, don't need that open. Don't need this open. Cancel. There you go. Yeah, that seems to help. Or it just loaded while I was doing all that stuff. So anyway, we've got a nice little... Oh, are you kidding me? Load, for God's sake! Really? When I look up, it all oh, wow, that's pretty creepy. Well, I suppose we can just dilly-dally around until it loads. Doesn't apparently want to right now. Hey, look, there's some lava down there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, half of it loaded. Only half to go. Only half to go. Oh, yay! Spinning helps. Okay. This is the Cold Outpost. As you can see, we've got some sniper points right here where I could put skeletons or maybe just shoot some arrows at my friends as they're coming in. I'm such a good friend, I know. Then you go up the stairs, down the stairs technically, across the platform, and you got a chest with some... I don't know why this isn't archer gear, actually. That's kind of weird. But yeah, a lot of cool, like, little intricate buildings. Not my best work, obviously, but... Not obviously, actually. My best work has not been released, I'd say. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I did before I knew how to record or do anything to take even pictures of it. But anyway, got some archer gear up here. They'd defeat this dungeon, and they'd be like, oh my goodness, that was too easy. But where could this staircase lead? And they'd go up the stairs. There are too many stairs. I build way too many stairs, I swear to God. They go up even more stairs, and then they finally make it to the dropship platform. This was also taken over by the zombies. This was where, however, the Royal Guard... No, not the Royal Guard. The Royal Soldiers... Yeah, sure. The Royal Soldiers' first battleship was launched. It, of course, was taken over before takeoff, but the takeoff sequence had already been initiated, so it flew off in that direction, and that's why it's over there now. Where is it? It's not loaded, but it's over there. You guys get the idea. And then there are a few more platforms. Landing pad 2, landing pad 3. And you may be thinking, oh, this is just a bunch of random landing pads. How is this accessed by anyone besides the people in the fort? Well, I'll tell you. Right up the stair. Oh, hey, Paul just said hi. Hello, Paul. Right up the stairs. There are more stairs, but leading those stairs to the giant castle of castling stuff. This is actually a very royal castle in my little universe here. It's kind of more of a leisure place, actually. It's not really meant for battle. Oh, it does kind of look it, doesn't it? The wall surrounding it is definitely meant for battle. It was never used, however, except when the zombies attacked, in which case it was rushed because the zombies attacked the night shift guards, and those guys are just, you know, the night shift guards are just the worst. They just don't even know how to hold a sword, I swear. But we got a lot of cool little archer places down here, a lot of places to hold. This kind of looks like a DVZ fort again. I guess I'm good at building those. I don't know. You guys tell me if it looks good or not. I think it looks fine, I guess. Paul's just spamming me with messages about what I'm doing right now. As to be expected, because I'm doing something really suspicious right now. This is the biggest wall I think I've ever built. Then we go into the castle just because I want to take a peek. Do we have anything in here? No, just a lot of jewelry and other things. Nothing built for battle, of course. That's a lot of furnaces, my god. Oh yeah, and this. This was supposed to be another cave that my friends could actually explore. In case they'd forgotten how fun caves were. Oh, a lot of iron, a lot of iron. That's a lot of stuff! Wow, I guess this dungeon was pretty hard. Well, in any case. We go down the cave and we find the giant cave. It's a kind of big cave. Not the biggest cave I've ever seen, but it's a decently sized cave. And then this would be in like another dungeon inside of the cave. Up here, there's really nothing but a bunch of fire. But I guess it's pretty cool. It's not terrible. It's a bunch of fire. And then there's a bunch of entrances to the cave so that my friends could find it. Like, even if they weren't looking for it. Even up the stairs, I'm pretty sure you saw it. So that's the landing pad area and the giant castle that I'm amazed I don't think any of them ever saw, which is pretty darn funny, I must admit. I mean, it is a giant piece of wall, I suppose. Are there any dungeons that I'm missing? There was one I built with Mason, just over here, but I think that should be it. I think this should be the last episode, last few minutes of Survival Amplified, Season 2. Man, I am kind of angry at myself that I didn't explore any of those dungeons when I had the chance, but anyway. This was built by me and Mason. We built a bunch of cool little jungle things. This might have been like a jungle civilization that was raided by the zombies or something. I don't know, but a lot of the staircases and such, they don't really lead anywhere. It was never really a completed dungeon, but me and Mason, we wanted to do something together, and this seemed just about right. Darn it, didn't put anything in the chest. Darn it. Why, me and Mason, why are we so dumb? Yep. All built, and you know what? I will give Mason credit. He built most of this area, and this area, and this area. I think he built the entire dungeon, actually. He is a really good builder, seriously. Go check out his channel, by the way. I think I will also link him into the description if you want to go check him out. He is not really usually active, but he does make cool videos sometimes that he does edit. So, yeah. Go check him out if you'd like to. He's a pretty fun guy. I think that's all the dungeons that we ever built in this world, actually. Quite a few, but yeah, that should be about it. So, guys, this is Alan M10 signing out, and not as Harold Kindleflame, as Alan M10, because poor Harold. Poor Harold. I think this is a good place. Game mode 0. Goodbye, Goodbye, everyone.